Alright, now when we talk about gaming laptops, the top brands that come to your mind are usually the likes of MSI, Asus ROG, Alienware, or even Acer Spectre. But HP, despite their Omen lineup and how great that thing is, doesn't really come to the mind at the top of this list, right? Well, all of that changed when they launched this, the Victus lineup. The Uber design and the highly competitive pricing basically have made the HP Victus lineup one of the most sought after gaming laptops. In fact, a lot of you guys have been requesting for a review of the HP Victus laptops, and how can it be that you guys request a specific product to be reviewed and we don't do that? So well, this right here is the HP Victus 16, which is powered by the Ryzen 7 5800H and is coupled with the NVIDIA RTX 3060. But is this laptop actually worth the buck? Is it really as good as everyone makes it sound to be? Or is it just media hype and nothing else? Well, that's what this video is all about. This is Varun from GTR and you're watching my in-depth review of the HP Victus 16. Let's get started. Alright, so let's kick things off by talking about the design first. You see, the overall design is a good blend of minimalism and distinct branding elements that have been used by HP. The Victus logo here definitely looks appealing, but at the same time is not too flashy. In fact, it's quite prone to fingerprints too. Now, the design of the fan vents at the back give it a look of its own, and the minimal gaming design is more defined by the use of numerous design elements present on the laptop. Unfortunately, all of this is not good, which is suggested by the build quality, which is basically one area where the laptop cuts some corners. You see, the build here is plastic, but there's more to it. For instance, the hinges are not perfect and they're quite loose. The touchpad area could have been more robust and better. And the worst part is the corners here are very sharp for everyday use and they could have used some edging off. Now that edgy finish is a double-sided sword, because that edgy finish is what gives the Victus its, unique and premium look. But at the same time, it is quite sharp, so yeah, you can hurt yourself if you're not careful enough. Especially from the inside, this part is very sharp, so yeah. Now in terms of ports, on the left side you get a power port, an RJ45 LAN port, an HDMI 2.1 port, a USB 3.0 port, and a Type-C USB 3.0 port which also supports DisplayPort. And finally a 3.5mm headphone jack. There's also a full-size SD card reader slot, which is great if you're a content creator. Now on the right side you get two USB A 3.0 ports, and that's about it. Alright, so that was the design. It kind of appeals to both, whether you're a gamer or a content creator. You have all the ports that you need and you have the design that looks attractive yet a bit more minimal and not super flashy. So yeah, that's good. Let's move on to the next thing then, the display. What you have here is a 16-inch 144Hz 1080p IPS LCD panel. Now it isn't outstanding by any means, but for a gaming laptop, it's a pretty good deal. Now the display bezels are minimal on the left and the right side, but the bottom chin here is a little bit too thick for my own liking. As far as the panel goes, it has zero display flickering and this leads to a strain-free viewing experience. Content consumption is great on the panel and titles from Netflix, Prime Video and other platforms look visually good. And the experience is great too, which is obviously supplemented by the good sound output from the speakers. The brightness here is about 300 nits and you can stream HDR videos on it. Now obviously this is a gaming laptop and the 144Hz high refresh rate definitely comes in handy. So whether it's AAA titles or esports titles, the HP Victus 16's display is damn good for basically aiding you in all of your gaming sessions. Alright, so moving along, we have this keyboard right here. And okay, it's been a good and bad experience when we talk about the keyboard. The key travel here is good, there is no significant keyboard flex here, and the full numeric keypad also helps a lot. Whether it's typing or even in gaming scenarios, the full numpad obviously comes in handy. The keys are well laid out and you get decent spacing in them as well. One thing that I did not like, however, is that you do not get RGB lighting here. Now, I know that's a divided opinion and people in my office were like, no, it's okay. For a laptop of this price, a single white backlit is fine. But what I feel is that, okay, it's fine for the 60,000 variant that you get of the Ryzen 5 and the 1650 GPU. But when you're paying 1 lakh for a laptop of this kind, I mean, you could have given at least zoned RGB. So yeah. Now below the keyboard we have the touchpad, which is decently sized and comes with Windows Precision drivers. The touchpad delivers good, consistent performance in everyday use. The gestures work well, there is no false touch issues either. And the only area of concern is when you work with left and right clicks, the bottom edge does produce a slight bit of clacky sounds like I mentioned in the build quality part. Of course, it's a gaming laptop, so for most of the time you will be using a USB gaming mouse of some kind. So yeah, that's fine. And whenever you need to use the touchpad, that's good enough. So yeah, it's not that much of a con, but yeah, there is definitely room for improvement. Alright, now coming on to the webcam here, I think it's decent enough. It's not bad or anything. Yeah, it's decent enough. There is a slight bit of softness to my face, but yeah, it's much better than most of the laptops out there, and certainly better than most of the gaming laptops out there. You can judge the mic for yourself. But one thing that I would like to highlight here is that even when this thing is on the table and I'm slightly just pushing it, you can just see how much the panel here is wobbling. So yeah, this thing is really annoying to the point where, well, I mean, even if I was to type on stuff on like this, yeah, the panel is very wobbly. So yeah, that is something that HP needs to improve upon. I mean, HP has had a history of bad hinges, and yeah, I mean, as good as the Victus is, this is once again something that they need to work on. Moving on to the audio department, and the dual speaker setup here is tuned by Bang & Olufsen audio system. Now you guys know that I don't really care about the branding that comes with it. I only care about the actual output, and the actual output of this thing is pretty good. The audio does not distort even at max volumes, and the soundstage is quite wide. The mids sound quite full, and the audio quality is mostly balanced even at full volume. Alright, now let's talk about the performance. So our unit here is powered by the AMD Ryzen 7 5800H processor coupled with a Radeon integrated graphics for general tasks, while for gaming you get an Nvidia RTX 3060 laptop GPU with 6GB of DDR6 video memory. You also get 16GB of DDR4 RAM clocked at 3200MHz and a 512GB SSD from SK Hynix. Now the performance of the Ryzen CPU is quite consistent, and when combined with the RTX 3060, it blazes past in gaming tests, both in frame rates and overall gaming quality. Now we ran titles like Far Cry 5, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy, and even esports titles like Rocket League and Valorant, and the laptop performed very well. I'm talking about frame rates over 100 FPS in esports titles, and even in high demanding games like Cyberpunk and Far Cry, the system gave out a pretty balanced, optimal and consistent performance. Now when it comes to synthetic benchmarks, we also ran PC Mark, 3D Mark and Cinebench R23, and the laptop scored some really good scores, especially for its price tag. Now I also gave the system to my video editor, who's basically editing this video as well, and he was very satisfied with the laptop, to be honest. According to him, the laptop handles video editing tasks and various codecs quite smoothly. Now when editing multiple layers and applying effects onto the project file, the system does not slouch and it actually performs quite consistently. In fact, the Puget benchmark for Premiere Pro should give you a fair idea of what I'm trying to say. Now keeping the temperatures in check, we have a dual fan setup inside. In our testing, the max temps we recorded were around 92 degrees, which is acceptable. But the fans definitely do get loud. See, here's the thing, for the most part, this is a very silent machine, so that's good. But when you start to game or render videos on this, basically when you start to push the machine, this thing gets really loud. So yeah, you do need to plug in a good pair of headphones here, because yeah, the fans produce a noise that's not really tolerable. Other than that, inside you have an extra M2 slot for adding more storage, and both the RAM modules can also be swapped out. Now, trust me, this wasn't something that I was expecting considering HP's reputation, but they've actually made the Victus quite easy for servicing and future upgradability. So yeah, that's very good, so kudos to HP for that. Now below it all, there's a 70 watt battery, which is decent enough for a gaming laptop with this much horsepower. For normal day-to-day tasks and productivity tasks, which included multi-tab browsing, playing songs and watching movies, it gives an average of 3 to 4 hours of battery backup. So, the big question, is the HP Victus 16 worth it? Well, our unit here comes in at a price tag of rupees 1 lakh or something around it, depending on whether you're buying it on sale or not. And for that price, It's a very easy recommendation. I mean, the laptop pretty much delivers on every point that you would expect from a laptop at this price tag, and the compromises that you get in terms of the build quality are not that massive to be a deal breaker. The laptop keeps the temperatures in check, the performance is pretty good, and if you're a content creator, then you do get all the ports and a pretty decent display as well. So yeah, all in all, it's a good package. Also, a lot of you guys might be wondering that with the Ryzen 6000 series already announced, should you be spending money on the Victor 16? Well, here's the thing, a gaming laptop is something that'll anyway last you for 3 to 4 years, and if you're in need of a gaming laptop right now, I'm pretty sure you can bag a good deal on this thing, considering that the 6000 series has been announced. So yeah, if you are able to score a good deal on this, go for it. It's an easy recommendation. And well, that was it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to let us know by giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more awesome tech content. Till then, this is Varun from GTR, and I'll see you in the next one.